So while I'm resting in between sets, I thought I would do a story time with you guys and share about this scar that I have on my right thigh here. You may or may not have ever noticed it, but people ask me about it a lot, so I thought I'd tell you guys a little story. So when I was 7, my family went on a vacation in New Mexico, and we decided to go four-wheeling in the mountains. And I was riding on the four-wheeler with my mom, and she decided to let me drive and test it out for a little bit. So I got on the front of the four-wheeler, and my mom was behind me, and I was being super cautious and going really slow because I was scared. And my mom said, "Rebecca, like, press on the gas a little bit. Let's go a little bit faster." We were on this really wide trail that kind of winded around the side of the mountain. And so if you've ever ridden on a four-wheeler, then you know that the gas is kind of up here by your thumb. And so after my mom said that, she turned around to show my dad, like, "Hey, look, I'm not driving," and kind of took her eyes off of me. And meanwhile, I proceeded to press that gas really hard. And when I did, I turned the four-wheeler, and we ended up going off the side of the mountain, off the trail. Now, this wasn't like a drop-off cliff, but it was a really steep incline down the side. And so we were going down the side of the mountain and hit a stump, and me and my mom flew off the four-wheeler. And so I landed on my butt on the ground, and I just remember I looked down and my leg was just covered in blood. And so I started freaking out and screaming. And so my parents moved me off to the side. And we don't really know exactly what happened, but we assume that just that blunt force of hitting the handlebars as I flew off the four-wheeler just ripped my leg completely open. And so I was taken into the hospital in New Mexico and immediately had surgery to close up my leg. And I had about 200 stitches inside of my leg and then 30 stitches on top to close it up. And then about a month later, I had a piece of tissue on top of my leg die. So then I had to go back into the hospital for about a week and have that dead tissue removed and have my skin stretched and pulled back together. So when I was younger, you know, it was big, it was purple, it was really noticeable. I had a big indentation in my leg, but now, you know, it's pretty normal. It's the color of my skin. I've got feeling for the most part back in my leg. You know, if it affects my muscle mass on that side of my leg, I have no idea. But anyways, now I just have this cool scar that I get to tell people about and crazy stories.